Councils across the region are finding a new way of saving money, switching off the streetlights. It cuts their carbon footprint and is expected to save at least £3 million a year across the east. But some communities are unhappy at being plunged into darkness.
From the top of its lift tower, this is Northampton at night, lit by a forest of streetlights. Next week, many will start to go out. Work is already well underway across the county as the County Council moves to switch off half its 66,000 lights.
We have to save £136 million over the next 4 years, £73 million of which is this year, 2011, and therefore we have some issues that clearly contribute towards that. And one of those is looking at street lights and looking at how we can be more cost effective on energy and also maintenance running costs of those street lighting areas.
But in the Brackmills area of Northampton, a group of local businesses who've made big inroads in cutting crime are prepared to club together to keep the lights on.
The greatest fear would be that the crime rates would increase. And if we see that those crime rates are starting to creep up, then we will be talking to the council again. And there's also a possibility that the estate will help fund some of those lights that are being switched off.
Steve Cooper lives on the Hemmingwell estate in Wellingborough. The lights have just been switched off overnight.
It was all right before they turned the lights off, but it's going to get worse because people are going to think, oh, we're not going out, we're not going to do anything. Because the crime rate is going to go right up again, and people aren't going to want to come out. If you're disabled, if you're old, you know what I mean, they're not going to want to come out.
It's affected your local community centre. There's a lot of people use that. But now that's put in darkness. They're a bit wary about coming out. The comments I've heard that they feel prisoners in their own home.
The first night of the switch-off, Anthony Partridge's car, one of two vandalised in this car park. Corby was one of the first towns to lose some lights. There have been protests and Facebook campaigns. But across the region, many councils are following the trend and turning out the lights.
Well, Kim Riley is with us now. So, Kim, who is switching off the lights?
Well, we've been ringing around, so hopefully we can shed some light on that across the region. Essex County Council, after a 3-year trial, says the majority of its 130 street lights will be turned off between midnight and 5. The aim to save £1 million a year. In Norfolk, consultations continue over a midnight to 5 switch-off. In some areas it's already happened. £170,000 a year savings in prospect. Suffolk County Council, it started turning off lights between midnight and 5:30. It's responsible for 55,000. Eventually, 3/4 of those are expected to follow suit. Now, Central Bedfordshire Council, it's spending £1 million upgrading its lights. It'll consult over a switch-off in the early hours. It's looking, it says, for huge savings. Hertfordshire's embarking on an 18-month programme to save £1.3 million a year by converting lights to part-night operation. And then Milton Keynes Council, it's switching off 2,700 lights on its road network to save electricity. All these councils say busy junctions, roundabouts, high crime areas will all be given special consideration. Let's finish with Cambridgeshire. Cambridgeshire County Council says it's planning to spend millions on updating its 55,000 street lights, but like Luton, it's not planning to turn any lights off.
Kim, thank you very much.